What is the scariest place that you have ever traveled? Maybe it was an old abandoned house or a creepy forest. Well, whatever it is, chances are that your story will be a lot less scary than the one that we're about to tell you. In today's video, we're going to visit Eastern State Penitentiary, which is widely considered to be one of the most haunted places in America. This prison was infamous for its harsh treatment of inmates during the 19th century, and many people believe that these same inmates still roam the halls of this prison to this day. But what makes this place so scary? Is it really haunted? Or is it just a bunch of made-up stories? We'll explore this and more in today's video, so be sure to watch until the end to find out why this place is considered to be one of the most haunted places in America. Before we get started, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more videos. Let's get started. Eastern State Penitentiary is located in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and was built in It was one of the first prisons in the United States to use the radial design, which consisted of a central hub with cell blocks radiating outwards from it. This design allowed for easier monitoring of inmates and was intended to promote good order and discipline. The prison also featured a number of innovative security measures, including iron bars on the windows and doors and a thick stone wall around the perimeter. These measures were intended to prevent escapes and riots, but they also contributed to the prison's eerie atmosphere. The prison's reputation for being harsh and unforgiving soon spread, and it became known as a place where criminals went to die. Inmates were subjected to solitary confinement, hard labor, and a strict diet. They were not allowed to speak to each other or the guards, and they were only given basic necessities such as food, clothing, and a place to sleep. Many inmates suffered from mental illness, and some even died from starvation or disease. Despite the prison's best efforts to maintain order and security, there were still a number of riots and escapes. In 1848, inmates revolted against the prison's administration in what became known as the Eastern State Penitentiary riot. The inmates demanded better treatment and conditions, but their demands were ultimately rejected, and the riot was put down. The prison administration responded to the riot by cracking down on inmates even further, which led to more unrest and violence. Despite its reputation for being brutal and inhumane, Eastern State Penitentiary operated for over 140 years. It was NT until 1913 that the prison was finally closed due to overcrowding and a change in attitude towards criminal punishment. Today, the prison is a museum and a popular destination for tourists. Visitors can explore the prison's cell blocks, solitary confinement cells, and other areas. The prison's eerie atmosphere and dark history make it a popular spot for ghost hunters and paranormal investigators. So now that we know a bit about the history of this prison, let's talk about why it is considered to be one of the most haunted places in America. One of the main reasons why Eastern State Penitentiary is considered to be one of the most haunted places in America is because of the sheer number of deaths that occurred there. As we mentioned earlier, many inmates died from starvation, disease, and mistreatment. But even those who died violent deaths within the prison walls did not escape the haunting reputation of the place. One of the most famous deaths that happened at Eastern State Penitentiary was that of an inmate named Hilliard Krieger. In 1874, he was sentenced to life imprisonment for a crime he did not commit. He was wrongly convicted for the murder of a policeman, and he spent the next 21 years in solitary confinement. During his time in prison, he became increasingly paranoid and delusional. He believed that the guards were poisoning him, and he began to eat only ketchup and mustard. Eventually, he stopped eating altogether, and he died of starvation in 1895. His body was autopsied, and it was found that he had been in perfect health when he died. This led to speculation that he had intentionally starved himself to death, rather than accept the reality of his situation. Some people believe that his ghost still haunts the prison, and many visitors have reported hearing strange noises and seeing apparitions in the exact spot where he died. But Krieger is not the only ghost that is said to haunt Eastern State Penitentiary. There are many other spirits that are said to wander the prison's halls, including those of inmates who died during the riot of 1848. Visitors have reported hearing screams, footsteps, and other strange noises throughout the prison, especially in the cell blocks and solitary confinement cells. Some have even claimed to have seen the ghosts of inmates and guards walking the halls or sitting in the cells. Another reason why Eastern State Penitentiary is considered to be one of the most haunted places in America is because of the prison's architecture. The prison's design contributed to its eerie atmosphere, and this has led some people to believe that the prison is actually cursed. The prison's radial design and imposing stone walls created a sense of isolation and confinement for inmates. This, along with a lack of natural light and ventilation in the cell blocks, made it a very unpleasant place to live. Some people believe that the prison's architecture itself is responsible for the haunting, claiming that the design was cursed from the beginning. This belief is supported by the fact that the prison was never meant to be a prison at all. The land where the prison was built was originally a Native American burial ground, and some people believe that the construction of the prison disturbed the spirits that lay there. This, combined with the prison's dark history, has led to speculation that the prison is cursed. While there is no evidence to support the claim that the prison is cursed, the eerie atmosphere created by its architecture certainly contributes to the haunting feel of the place. One of the most compelling evidence for the paranormal activity at Eastern State Penitentiary comes from the prison's own staff. When the prison was still in operation, there were a number of reports of strange occurrences that could not be explained. Guards reported hearing footsteps, cell doors slamming shut, and other strange noises. Some even claimed to have seen the ghosts of inmates and other staff members. One guard in particular, George W. Pepper, kept a diary while he was working at the prison. In his diary, he wrote about a number of strange events that he witnessed, including the apparition of a woman in white that he saw in the prison yard. He also wrote about hearing the sound of footsteps and other noises that could not be attributed to any living person. While these accounts cannot be verified, they provide a first-hand perspective on the eerie atmosphere that pervaded the prison during its operation. Another reason why Eastern State Penitentiary is considered to be one of the most haunted places in America is because of the stories that surround it. Over the years, there have been countless stories published about the prison's paranormal activity. These stories have only added to the prison's reputation as a haunted place and have drawn many paranormal investigators to the site. One of the most well-known stories is that of Al Capone, the infamous gangster who was sentenced to federal prison in 1931. Capone was serving time for tax evasion when he was transferred to Eastern State Penitentiary. According to legend, Capone was so afraid of the prisoner's reputation that he begged to be returned to Atlanta Federal Penitentiary. Some say that Capone's fear was warranted, as he was reportedly attacked by another inmate shortly after arriving at the prison. This attack left him with a broken nose and a slashed lip, and he was quickly transferred back to Atlanta. While the story of Capone's attack is disputed, there is no doubt that he was anxious to leave the prison, and this has led some people to believe that the prison's reputation as a haunted place is what caused him to be so fearful. As we mentioned earlier, Eastern State Penitentiary is now a museum and a popular destination for tourists. The prison's eerie atmosphere and dark history make it a popular spot for ghost hunters and paranormal investigators. A number of ghost tours are also offered, which allow visitors to explore the prison at night and learn about its paranormal activity. One of the most popular tours is the Terror Behind the Walls tour, which takes visitors through the prison's cell blocks and solitary confinement cells. The tour is designed to be as scary as possible, with actors dressed as inmates and guards jumping out to startle visitors. If you want to visit Eastern State Penitentiary for yourself, it is open for tours. The prison is located in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and admission is charged. If you're interested in learning more about the prison's history, or if you're a fan of ghost hunting, then this is definitely a place that you should visit. Just be prepared for a few scares along the way. We hope you enjoyed learning about Eastern State Penitentiary, one of the most haunted places in America. If you did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching.